All right. Hello, class. Dr. Stoltz and my wonderful audience, which I'll introduce in a moment. My name's Rex Robertson, and I'm a high school football coach for the last 9 years. I'm doing a speech on why college football players should get paid. Division I college football players. I've dealt with about 30 of my ex-players are playing college football, so I'm pretty passionate about this subject, and believe I have some knowledge on it. So before I get started that's why you guys are here today, my audience, so I can persuade you that these players should be paid. Before I get started, I want you to scan the audience, if you would, camera person. Pebbles.
Go Vols!
And while you're doing that, if you'll scan the wall, part of my props for the speech is everything is college football themed. There's jerseys of where my sons play college football. Picture of Bill Curry, coach of Georgia State, Nick Saban, the coach of Alabama. So you get the theme. The audience is all wearing sports paraphernalia as well. That's part of the props. And we have a high school football coach, we have a college football player in our audience, and the rest college football fans. Correct, audience?
Correct.
All right, let me get started. I believe I'm going to try to inform you first and then persuade you that college football players should be paid. Number one, the reason why college football players should be paid. College football, NCAA Division I football, is a multi-billion-dollar business. Multi-billion-dollar business. That's my attention getter. 15 programs out of the 120 Division I programs bring in revenues of $1 billion per year, over $1 billion. 8 of those are in the Southeastern Conference, which is close to home here. I'm wearing Alabama, and that's one of the 8. But that's it's a huge business. Yesterday, most of us, some of our audience members, were at the Georgia Tech game. I have a son that plays for Georgia Tech, and they got spanked by Georgia yesterday. But the billion-dollar business examples that I'll give from that is we took an RV that cost thousands of dollars. Our tickets that it cost $1,000. The whole trip was a couple of $1,000s to go to one college football game. And there was 100,000 people in the stands and thousands more watching on television. So there's a lot of money. It's a way of life for people. So it's a billion-dollar business. Everybody's making money. Merchandising, our clothes, RVs, hotels that people travel to town, restaurants are doing well from college football. Television revenues is the main portion of the revenue. And just the new NCAA playoff format that's going into effect next year is $1.5 billion, just the television revenue alone. So that's my first part of the argument. My second part of the argument is the players that need to be paid. Why they need to be paid is because the majority of them come from poverty, below poverty level. And that's just a fact. They don't have time to work. Football is year-round, and they need money. Even a player on a full scholarship, where it's 100% paid by the college, is out of pocket $3,200 worth of expenses per year. So even if you're on a full ride, you're getting fed, you have housing, everything, you still have to come out of your pocket $3,200. Majority of the players come from poverty level, so where are they coming up with $3,200 from? So it's easy to say they could work, but they can't work. They have a full load academically, and then they're practicing football year-round, so there's no time to work. So my second part of the argument is players need money to live. Everybody's making money on them, and they don't have time to work, so they need money. The third part of the argument is that I believe that college players would do better academically if they didn't have the financial worries. And just think about real life people. People that worry all the time about money, they don't have time. If you're a college player and you're worrying about money all the time, you're trying to work, even though you don't have time to. You're trying to hustle, which can get you in trouble. That's less time for study. So I believe if you had more time, study time and less worries, your academic performance would increase. Some of the references that I've studied and put together here on my outline, fitsnews.com is where I got my information on the programs and the $1 billion business. They're the ones, the research where I've got the 15 programs making over $1 billion. Stop.